Okay, first, hey, thanks. I'm really happy to be able to talk to you today. I've been a customer of Goettl for many years and always been happy with everything that you've done. So can you tell us a little bit about what was your first contact with Goettl? What was your first time you ever worked with Goettl?
When I was 10 years old, my dad came to me one evening and he said, "I need some help. I'm going to go work on our neighbor's air conditioner." And so at that night I became enlisted as the official flashlight holder for my dad's part-time business in repairing air conditioners. And the first air conditioner I ever lit up with my flashlight was a Goettl Air Conditioner. And as my dad evolved in the industry and made it his full-time career and actually opened a business in Las Vegas, he started as a Goettl dealer. And so my whole career, from the very first moment I ever saw an air conditioner and all the way through, has been somehow involved in orbiting Goettl.
That's a great story. What's it like to work for such an iconic brand in your industry?
Well, I was so excited and proud when it became available. I just never thought that things like that could happen, you know. But I was excited, and it was all I could focus on is to be a part of Goettl and help grow it, because Goettl, you know, is known for quality and legacy and integrity, and you know, the machines that they built in the past, certainly in the very beginning, were such a departure from the evaporative cooler technology that you know, they're a technology company of sorts. So I was very excited to be part of it.
So you got your start in Las Vegas, now you're in Phoenix, kind of two very similar markets when it comes to the heat. Does that help your business?
Yeah. Yeah. We like to go where it's hot. It's easier to do business where it's hot in the air conditioning business. Yeah.
So tell us what's a typical summer like? Is it just crazy for you here in Phoenix working with Goettl?
The summers are crazy. You know, the first 100-degree day is a madhouse. You know, our phones never stop ringing. And you know, at this point, you know, we have a pretty good routine about the company, and we have great long-term loyal employees that do a great job. So at this point, you know, my most concern is making sure that they're safe and okay, especially in today's environment. But you know, with hydration and you know, getting the right, you know, time off and things like that. It's just severe weather, and you get inside these attics, 130 degrees sometimes inside these attics, and asking guys to come help. You know, we have a customer homeowner that has no air conditioning. You know, their house is inhabitable. But to do that, we got to get up in the 130-degree attic for a day and work on it. So, you know, that's a very big concern of mine, is making sure our people are safe and healthy and, you know, able to do the right thing for the customer.
How about the pandemic? People were forced to be home more so than they have been in the past. How did the pandemic impact your business?
Well, it's been a challenge, to say the least. I will say that you know, we've elevated ourselves now as an essential business, and it was very clear as we executed during the initial phases of COVID how customers responded. I mean, they clearly know that air conditioning and plumbing services are essential to their home, and they need us, and they were very grateful. We did have an impact on our sales volume in that everybody was home, so all those pent-up honeydews and you know, remodel projects they wanted to do came to fruition, and so I think all trades businesses got a pretty good lift during the initial phase of COVID. But now you come across with, again, we're very concerned about our people, very concerned about our customers' health and safety, and now we have some logistic challenges with parts and equipment and things like that. Now, luckily, we have, because of our brand, because of our relationships with our vendors, we have been out in front of it and have not yet seen, we've seen very little challenges with equipment and parts with our particular brand. But there's other competitors that are seeing lots of challenges with getting equipment and parts. So we're not out of the woods yet, but we seem to be marching through it just fine.
One of the other challenges that's come out of COVID for a lot of businesses is workforce. You know, lack of quality, skilled workers. Are you finding that problem or no?
You know what? It's funny you asked that question because I got an interview recently and I was asked that question. I said this: I started business in 1986, and it was hard to find skilled labor then. And it's always been hard. It's getting much harder every single year because the trades are not as alluring for younger people than maybe the tech world or other opportunities. But our answer to that is we started a school. I mean, we started the Goettl University, or actually we call it the Goettl Academy. And so far this year, we've ran 184 graduates through it, both air conditioning tradesmen and plumbing tradesmen. And so, our answer to the labor shortage is to build our own people, build our own Goettl-ized staff.
I have a friend whose son just went into the air conditioning business, and I'm shocked at what a great career he's been able to build for himself in a couple of years. Do you think people realize what a great career they can have in HVAC?
Well, I don't think so. I mean, there is a physical element to it. There is a weather element to it. However, it's a great career. There's always demand. You'll always have work. You'll always have opportunity. There's opportunity from the ground floor all the way up to running very large companies, being in the C-suite of other businesses, and most people start from the bottom in our industry. So there's huge opportunity, and for the average guy, it's a six-figure job.
That's great.
Yeah.
So we have, I think, 250 new families moving to Arizona every day now. What is that going to do to your industry? What's your industry outlook going into 2022?
Well, we better start graduating some talent through the Goettl Academy. We understand that the markets, certainly in the Southwest and the areas we serve, are growing fast, and we got to keep up with the demand. So we are very optimistic on the growth, certainly in our region that we play in.
Can you tell me what gives you the most pride about the business that you've built at Goettl?
What gives me the most pride is the legacy and all of the people that I run across here in Phoenix that have known a Goettl, are a Goettl, or worked for Goettl at one time. I mean, Goettl was a huge influence in the growth of Phoenix. As a matter of fact, the History Channel has a episode whereby they give Goettl Air Conditioning the credit for being the key catalyst for the growth of Phoenix, Arizona, life in the desert. And so I'm really proud of being part of that legacy. And there's been different CEOs over time and a really illustrious list of people, and I'd like to be on that list as well. But I just think really the legacy is what I'm very proud of being part of.
You've built a reputation as a really innovative and forward-thinking leader for Goettl. What qualities do you see in yourself that have made you such an effective leader for your company?
Goettl is a technology company. I mean, the Goettl brothers came here to solve the air conditioning challenges, the air cooling challenges here in the desert. And so they started out by manufacturing or mass manufacturing the evaporative cooler, making them affordable for every home. And then they evolved into being the inventor of the residential air conditioner. The air conditioning technology was available at the time, but they applied it to a residential size system and all the details of that. So, and the Goettl brothers have over 114 patents in their air conditioning technology. So what I think that I brought back to the company is that innovative side. So we're looking at all kinds of things to add to the innovation and keep them as the innovator of the industry. And I don't know if you know this or not, but because of the Goettl brothers, Phoenix, Arizona in the 50s and 60s and part of the 70s, we were the Silicon Valley, if you will, of air conditioning technology here in Phoenix. Most everything that came in the air conditioning space started here originally. And then it went off to more manufacturing-centric cities. But at one time, the Goettl brothers made this the air conditioning mecca. So anyway, I just like being part of that, and I think I've kind of brought some of that technology back. For instance, We're just introduced our new digital Duncan system whereby I'm able to take less experienced technicians, arm them with a tool and an application whereby they can install probes on the system and get a complete diagnosis of the air conditioning system and its performance and its longevity of life, all kinds of things that we relied on a very skilled technician to do in the past. So now I can get to more jobs, less skilled technicians, and at the end of the day have a better diagnosis and a cleaner diagnosis for the customer.
Okay, last question. You've accomplished so much at Goettl, but do you have any more goals or any kind of legacy that you want to leave moving forward?
I've been in the air conditioning business since I was 10 years old, and I've been in different phases of it. And maybe in the early 90s, I'd made a decision. My decision is that I'm going to try to lead the industry in innovation and improving process and improving the customer experience such that we can influence that behavior across the U.S. and ultimately with the goal of providing a better opportunity in living for my industry fellows. And so we've been working hard on that. As a matter of fact, our mission of Goettl is to Goettlize the nation. So I'm head down, trying to get us coast to coast with the Goettl brand.